In this video, my goal is to play the Brazilian defense. After pawn to e4, e5 and knight f3, I won't play knight c6 or d6 or knight f6. The idea is to play queen e7. It's also known as the Gunderam defense, if I'm not mistaken, and it has also been played at the top level. By the way, you can check the Masters database. These things happen. So I didn't smoke before making this video. Now you know what I'm talking about. And here is a quick plan. You want to put your queen on c7 someday. How? By playing pawn to d6, c6 and queen c7. Then develop your kingside pieces smoothly wherever you want, castle shot. Question: why playing like this? Isn't this passive? No, grandmasters do this if they are trying to avoid aggressive openings like the Scotch gambit. For example, if white plays pawn to d4 right away, you can maintain your e5 pawn by playing pawn to d6. Now you know. And the idea is if pawn takes, you take back with your pawn, maintaining your e5 pawn or your position. But what if they play bishop c4? That's the idea. Now you have chance to get rid of bishops like this. If bishop g5 is played, you can just go knight f6 and h6 later on. But what if they take your e5 pawn? You go bishop takes c4 first, and after knight takes, you simply get back your piece like this. And if queen e2, it's up to you to make white lose their right to castle or just develop a minor piece with tempo, because that will come with a capture if you think about it, going straight into the end game. So you just oversimplified the game, and as black you have no many options, so playing like this is justifiable and very much okay. Anyway, if you want to know more about the Brazilian defense, you can watch this video that has popped up in the card above. It's a complete series of my Brazilian defense videos that I published 2 days ago. So in today's video, I just want to play a game or two just to demonstrate how powerful this can be. But before I do that, by the way, if bishop c4 is played right away instead of d4, you can just go d6. You see the other advantage of putting your queen on e7. There's no knight g5. Now this time if they play pawn to d4, again you don't have to take, destroying your pawn structure. Here you can just play pawn to h6. Why pawn to h6? You are just preventing knight g5. But what if they take? Again you can just take with your e pawn. You are not better, but again you are not worse, and you are not losing. You're just trying to maintain your pawn structure, you know, play normally. Whenever you see knight c3, you always want to play pawn to c6 to prevent knight d5 or knight b5 from happening. If pawn to a4, for example, you have pawn to a5. I always love meeting a4 with a5, but there's a number of things that you can do, queen c7 being one of them, knight f6, that's okay. But I just love meeting a4 with a5. And the main idea of playing queen e7, by the way, is to exchange bishops, but you don't have to do that due to that. Anyway, let's say white castles short in this position, because what else can they do? Now you go knight f6. You're just developing your pieces. Say bishop e3, because what else? First you have knight g4 to threaten that. Or again, you free up your dark square bishop like this. So that's why we don't rush with knight d7, because knight d7 kind of slows down our development. If you think about it, we won't have queen c7, so we don't want to put anything on d7 before playing queen c7. That's another secret. Queen c7 protects our e5 pawn. Sometimes we can begin with bishop g4. I don't want you guys to be memorizing moves, by the way. That's why I'm doing all these stuffs. White may play something like queen d3, I'm just saying. And now this is when you can go bishop e7 or bishop g4, I don't even know. And then castle short on the next move to secure your pieces. So the goal is to get out of the opening stage safely with a plan. So you can see how we avoided tons of theories with this so-called Brazilian defense, and how we avoided white's possibility to play the Scotch gambit or the Scotch game, one of the most aggressive openings at intermediate level. Bishop g4 is pending. This is coming, and sometimes what I like doing is just playing bishop e6 right away, because I know if bishop takes, I have a strong pawn system on the center, and there will be no knight f5 in the near future. My f file will be open for my king's rook and all that. So this is what I intend to do against any random opponent on leeches. Am I going to make it? I don't know. Let's see. But hey, if you don't subscribe, there's a high chance that you will never ever see me on YouTube again, because YouTube won't be recommending my videos to you. Worse off, if you don't hit the like button and leaving a comment, we won't be discovered by a larger audience and I will be less motivated. Alright, here we have a game. I'm playing against a 2206 rated player. So let's go pawn to e5. The goal is to play the Gundaram defense, also known as the Brazilian defense. So here we go. Queen e7. So I want to play d6 next and maintain my pawn structure. So again, the plan is to go d6, c6. What did I say in my tutorial video? Whenever you see knight c3, always play c6 to stop knight d5 or knight b5 from happening. Whenever you see pawn to a4, play pawn to a5. Who am I? And what do I do for a living? Bishop c4, you just go ahead and play d6. You know there's no knight g5 due to queen takes. So this is the Brazilian defense at its best, you guys. So now let's challenge the last squad bishop. If bishop takes, I take back like that. And now, what next? Maybe I can play h6, just stopping knight g5 for good, followed by knight f6. Now I can take. So that I mess up my opponent's pawn structure. Play knight f6, queen c7, bishop e7, and castle shot. So this is just one of those openings that you play if you want to avoid facing the Scotch gambit. Knight d7 is also coming. The goal is just to get out of the opening stage very safely. Yeah, some people may argue that this is so passive, but look at how many traps, how many things we avoided along the way just for us to reach this far. So it's not much of a stretch. I have rook d8 if I want to. In fact, let me play rook d8 in this position. Wait, I can just develop my knight and take like this. Yep. Still, white has no knight d5. So whatever will happen in the middle game and end game will just be due to my carelessness. I've already achieved what I wanted to achieve in the opening stage. Now I'm targeting this knight. I just want to mess up white's pawn structure on the queen side. And also ready to develop my a rook. I'll take on e4, given a chance. Can I take? Okay, I don't have to take the knight because it has no good squares to go to, by the way. If there's a bishop to, or if there's a piece to challenge its white's bishop here, I can do this. In fact, let me do that. So the idea is to take back with my knight and relocate it to the king side like this. So maybe I should have played knight c5 right away. Maybe I should have played that. Okay, since I already made that slight inaccuracy, let me just play pawn to b6. The idea is to take and then play knight c5. I should have played knight c5 at first to be ahead in development. I'm not scared of this. I can just take now. Then this is coming anyways, but I can do this if I want. So the idea is to go knight c5, this and that. You can see how I'm playing this position firmly. Let's do that. I'll just take. Yeah, so let's do this. Now there's no pawn advancement because I'm just going to take. So once again, you can see how I am playing this position. Very simple stuff. Now my opponent is giving me a chance to go back and take that pawn, if you think about it. But let's just see what they're going to do. I think I can even do this if I want. Take like that. Let me go back. There's a reason why I've done this. If I want, I can do this. So I'm just targeting the a4 pawn. If you think about it, these are things I should have done earlier. So we take and then take this pawn. It's just a free pawn. I'll do this. Okay, now we have a clear plan. I have a passed pawn. I should be careful of this move though. Why can't I just threaten that knight? Yeah, I think I can just do this here. Oh, there was that move, but maybe, what was I going to do? Oh, I was just going to take the knight. So this is check. Now I should attack the knight, should I? No, there's no need. No, there is need to do that. If knight check, again, I'm just going to take. Right now, I'm attacking the rook indirectly, if you think about it. I can even trade off queens. I know I haven't played this very well. Yeah, next I'm just going to play queen b6. Because with queen b6, I'll be putting pressure on the knight, if you think about it. I just want to take back like this. And I have possibilities to get deep into my opponent's territory. Yeah, so now the knight is under attack and I have a passed pawn. So let me start pushing my pawn, my passed pawn. Look at this. This is how you neutralize your opponent's attack or opening. So I feel great, like a baby. Now many things are hanging here. Let me just continue pushing my things. I think I'll do this someday. Yeah, why can't I develop my... Yeah, white can't come here. So let me just do this. Let me just do this. And then knight f8 to permanently hold or control that square. For the time being, let's protect the pawn and then play knight f8. I'm very slow today, I don't know why. Okay, now I think I can do this. And this. This is very slow. Attack the rook. Maybe I will do this. And this. No, boo. Do I have this? And this? I'm just trying to find a way to, you know, did I just allow something here to happen? It's fine. Let's do this. I don't care about that pawn anymore. Just trying to find a way to checkmate my opponent. Just a quick way to checkmate my opponent. I don't care about what will happen. What else will happen? So we give a check. And that, this, I don't know if that's going to happen. Check. And checkmate, right? So all I was caring about was checkmating my opponent. I feel I did not play the end game very well, but you understand the idea. Just to play a very safe opening stage, which is passive. This is called the Brazilian defense, by the way, the Gundogan defense. When I first posted this, some people didn't like the thumbnail. I included Ronaldinho as a representation of the country Brazil, but anyways, it is what it is. Not everyone is going to like what you do. So I made a couple of mistakes, inaccuracies, but at the end of the day, I still managed to win this game though not in a very convincing way. I played like a complete amateur, but still ended up winning. I was just looking for ways to checkmate my opponent like this. Pap. This was a very beautiful combination. Nice. So, hope you guys are going to start playing this so-called Brazilian defense. Let me know what you think about this wonderful or amazing defense. Now, time for you to go and check out my new E5 defense course, which I have also linked in the comment section down below. And I'm glad to say, so far it has received a lot of attention and people are getting it like crazy. So it's an opening response that you try against White's E4 opening. You're going to learn how to play against the Scotch, the Royal Pace, the Bishop's opening, 3 Knights opening, the 4 Knights game, the Vienna game, even the Italian game. So it's the complete E5 defense course that I just launched with my team. You better go and check it out. Thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time, have a wonderful day. Bye bye.